he's a nice guy and this country's going forward. That is what's required. And I think it's often a bit like a teacher that might set the boundaries and be a bit tougher. You know, at the time when you're there, you don't always love it, but when you look back at the other ones, you remember. And we just got to use that 10 years to make that difference in New Zealand. And if we do that, then we'll be a much, much stronger country, and we'll be able to deliver on the things that we want. So thanks very much.
Do you have any questions for the Prime Minister? One here.
Far away.
Yeah, just the health system, is there any time in the near future, is there going to be any tax concessions for medical?
Okay, so let me take you through that at the risk of getting myself in trouble. So I'm doing this issue. About a third of New Zealanders have medical health insurance. And I personally think that's a good thing. Why? Because inevitably that takes some pressure off the public system. Essentially by paying medical health insurance, if you go and have your knee operation privately, that's something the state doesn't have to pay for. Okay? So I think we want to have a private medical insurance. Secondly, I think there's a fault in the New Zealand system personally, and that is that you can pay a medical insurance all your life, but the premiums reflect what the insurance company thinks is their liability. And of course, naturally, as you get older, they think you're going to cost them more, and so the premiums go up. So you get to 65 and above, and people who've paid in their whole life can no longer afford to meet their premium. And I actually think that's grossly unfair. The second bit of that is Australia's tackled that issue. So what Australia did was they said, look, we will give you a rebate, and that supports that whole insurance industry. So they give you some money back when you do it. On the basis that the Australian firms, insurance companies, produced a whole of life product and said, yes, your premiums can go up, but only by, I think it's inflation and some sort of more margin. So you don't get these ridiculous situations where it's exponential. So, look, in the short term, there's not a lot of money, but if we were to move in the longer term, or the medium term, it would be around trying to provide some support for older New Zealanders, not universally, because I think that the challenge is in that top end, and eventually getting New Zealanders into, or getting those insurance companies into a point where they offer a whole of life product, so that you can stay there for all of your life. Because in the end, if we can hold you into private medical insurance, there are some benefits to the state. But it's expensive at the moment, we can't afford it.